Come over. Let's scoot yourself over. Good night, everybody. Good evening, everybody.
Oh, I gotta take this off.
Can you take it off, please? Can you get yourself
I'm
together?
not gonna take it off. I'm gonna take my headphones off.
Well, do what you got to do.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
so much. It's right
Happy
there.
Friday, everyone. You couldn't even find your own stuff.
Whatever, man. I ain't got time.
He's
for
been
this.
looking for his document
Whatever.
for the past 20 minutes.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in.
Where is it? Questions right here?
It says questions. Mm-hmm.
You know, we left off.
I don't know where we left off.
I'm just gonna
Pick some, please. Let's see. I see ones in. Come on in. Let me know where you're streaming from. Come on in. Let me know where you're streaming from. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. All right.
Ooh. Look.
What should we do? Oh boy. All right. What up, Keisha? God bless you.
Hello.
I don't know the quality of our Wi-Fi. We are out of pocket right now, so bear with us in reference to our capabilities or lack thereof. We're just gonna flow. All right, my name is Jomo.
I'm Charmaine.
We get together on Friday nights with real, raw, and relevant conversation. And
came to relationships, and tonight.
You didn't
like that?
You saw she's kind of stepped all over me like that. Just kind of.
I was trying to help you. I was trying to be your helpmate.
I'm good. All right.
Come on.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in.
Come on, like, let's start.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's ride. We ride.
How's your day? How's your week been?
My week has been challenging. Many of you know, I buried my grandmother last weekend.
Yeah.
And right now we're out of pocket. I don't know how to say it, but what's the political thing? It ain't a political thing.
No. What you about to say?
I'm not saying nothing. Anyway, so what's up, Jaja? My man. Thank you, by the way, for the email, sir. God bless you.
That was a post.
You ain't got to correct me. You just keep moving. You know what it was. I don't know what it was. Just keep moving.
You are so funny.
I am. All right.
That was a really nice post.
So let's jump in, y'all, on our questions for tonight.
All right. These are questions that came in, and we are going to navigate through them together.
To the best of our ability.
And I think these are also good questions to ask because we're still in this little series of, conversational type questions.
Correct.
So number one for tonight is, where do you think we'll be in this relationship in 5 years?
Okay.
Why is this a good question?
First off, by identifying that I will even be here in 5 years with you,
that part
is an indicator of how I see you.
Right. Do you even see me in your future?
Correct. So by me asking the question, where do you see us in 5 years? The answer to that question will be an indicator of how a person feels about you.
Right.
So that's a great question to try to identify where a man or woman sees themselves in the future as it pertains to you and the relationship. So great question. Then go ahead. No, you go ahead, Mama.
I was going to say, and it also lets you know what their goals and ambitions are. So if you guys aren't going in the same direction, you can decide right then and there whether you want to continue with this person that's not going in the same direction as you.
Yeah, I think it's one of those questions that we deal with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just turned 40 something and she's 40 something. And we want to be in a different place when we're 50 something.
That's right.
So with that, we have made some choices now to live below our means so that we can have a certain lifestyle later.
Right, right.
So you have to make some choices in reference to how you see yourself, your relationship plans. You have to plan for it. So key thing is for a person to even think about it and planning. And that's a good thing. Without a vision, the people perish.
That's right. That's right. No, that's really good. All right, next question. What will be the final straw in our relationship? Like, what can you do to like, okay, this is the final straw. This is it. Do it. Nia Long boyfriend did. Do that.
Wow. If you don't know, the head coach for the Boston Celtics,
fiance.
They've been together 10 years. They married. In God's eyes, they're married.
Right. They have children.
They got children. They've been together over a decade.
Right.
If you don't know the story, he has been suspended for a year. There hasn't been an NBA coach suspended for a year that kept their job.
Right.
So they suspended him for a year because he's having an inappropriate relationship with a worker on the Boston Celtics. Come to find out, this lady is high up, but the bottom line, she's married too. So let's make sure we put that out there too. Okay.
So both of them.
Actually, only she's married. He ain't married.
Right. He's not legally married, but you just said that in God's eyes, he's married.
I agree.
In God's eyes, he's married, but she is legally married with children from her husband. And
yes,
I have to believe in this story that she did not think her reporting him was going to put herself out there. I have to believe that.
Well, that's
unless the husband found out. Now, if the husband found out, and then then that just put a whole nother twist.
The Bible speaks about that. You can't fix that. Whoever you do that to, that's not gonna work out well for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, what would be the final? Like, what could somebody do that in relationship? This, I couldn't do it. I think physical abuse would be like a no.
I don't know. For me, to walk in.
Okay.
And see
I know
somebody having relations with my spouse, and they're like,
you could never get that out of your head.
My head would be jacked.
Yeah.
Let me speak for me. Some people have been, you're good, but my eyes, I'd probably be done.
Okay.
I know that's not
so
right.
You let somebody beat you up?
Beat me up?
Yeah, like somebody be physical.
I think I don't want to speak for everybody else. All abuse is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether it's, the woman being abusive or the man being abusive.
You said last straw.
Yeah. That would be like you walking in that.
I'll just keep moving. I don't know what I would do. Let me not say that. I'll be like, okay.
Nah, you wouldn't be okay. I wouldn't be okay.
No, I'd be hiding my stuff. I just keep moving. I'm like, okay. And I just start making some moves.
You start making some moves?
Making some moves and figuring stuff out. Wouldn't want to, but
right.
I'd have. I said murder.
She wrote.
But that would probably be.
That is traumatic. That's a traumatic experience.
Or doing something to a child.
Oh yeah.
Because we've heard situations where men have abused daughters and boys.
Right.
That might be.
That would be a. That's murder right there.
That's another murder right there. That's a
like
whole bunch of.
You don't even care about going to jail.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So
those are ours. Put down in the comment section what would be your last straw thing. Like, what could somebody do that you're like, you know what, I couldn't move forward with this relationship. We want to hear. So next question, what is it that will be keeping us happy for years to come? What is it that will keep us happy for years to come? I think having a God-centered marriage, because a person can't keep you happy. A person can't make you happy. So that the word happy is kind of like what can keep you happy. I think what can keep your marriage strong is keeping God at the center. I think what can keep you happy personally is a personal preference. That's subjective.
Agreed. It's not about happiness, it's about fulfillment.
Right.
Happiness is so sporadic and
subjective to
subjective,
how you
and yeah. So,
yeah.
What will bring you joy?
Right.
Ultimately, it's purpose.
That's good.
And fulfilling purpose will help bring you joy.
All right. What should we do if one of us wants to try something new in our sex life, but the other is uncomfortable with it? We both got quiet. If
I think
one of us wants to try something new in the bedroom and the other person is not comfortable with it, have we gotten? Yes, we have, and we just don't do it, right? I'm sorry, y'all. What do you? I mean,
here's what you have to do. Okay.
What do you have to do? You gonna coerce the person into?
No.
Let's try something.
No, you can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. The Bible speaks of it being willing.
Right.
So what you decide to do in your bedroom is your business. What you decide. Now, you can't go against a person's will, and which we're saying to do.
Right.
I do believe that you should have some liberty in reference to some things.
So trying new things.
Correct. It can't
because
be.
if it's the last person on
it can't.
earth,
You can't say no to everything.
Right. That part.
You have to have some yeses somewhere in this process. Has to be some yes somewhere.
Right. Or like a compromise.
Yeah, because if not, Josh said, just do it.
Just try something new. To me, it's like, okay, if this is the last person on earth you're gonna have sex with, you better have fun with it, man. You gotta change it up.
Ms. Parker said, you don't know until you like it. You don't know.
You know until you try. You don't know until you try. Because there's a lot of things that some people will say, oh, I would hate doing it. And then you have the night of your life and you be like, you know what? I kind of like that.
Again,
sorry.
Taste and see. I shouldn't say
taste and see.
That's the wrong use of words. That's the wrong use of words. What I'm saying is try before you die. Before you die.
You trying to make a book cover out of this?
No, I'm just saying that if you're trying to please your spouse,
and of course we're talking about married couples.
If you're trying to please your spouse, there may be things that you do that's not pleasing to you in the process. Right. I know sometimes Charmaine doesn't like making me a plate. I know sometimes she doesn't like doing certain things for me. I know sometimes I don't like doing certain things for her, but it's part of what love is. Right. Now, I'm not saying you should do things that are ungodly in your eyes.
Or you mean in the bedroom?
No, what I'm saying is some people are different. That I don't think you should put yourself in a bad spot in reference to the relationship. And what I mean by that, what I'm saying is, okay, babe, I want to try something. I want to bring three women in bed.
That's not even.
That's my point. That's my point.
So I just need you to be clear. That was very clear. No, you're not bringing extra people in the bedroom. Well, I mean, people have done that before.
What's what I'm saying? Talking about trying stuff.
Didn't work out.
Trying.
Yeah, it could be trying stuff that's outside the realm of.
Yeah, because Charmaine was talking.
Your bed is.
We were in the bed this morning, and she was talking about. We the place we're at right now is a small bed. Okay, so it's a small bed. Lord, it's a small bed, and I'm not used to a small bed, so it's like I'm falling off the bed, y'all. I'm falling off the bed. So anyway, she was like, there's beds where this, that's really big for like multiple couples. I said, really? She said, yeah, this bed has been. I said, what are them beds? She says, these are beds where people are ligamous. I said, for real? I said, oh, so you could have like an extra wife or extra husband in the same bed? She's like,
but that's not the reason why I was saying it. I was just saying that we could get an extra large bed because even with our king size bed, your feet are like in between the footboard and the mattress.
Okay, yes.
I was trying to be, considerate of that. And just like thinking maybe you would want to consider doing something like that.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the sheets are real expensive, but as a wife, you think about it like that, like, dog, how much these sheets gonna cost?
They're gonna cost enough. All right, next question.
Okay, anyway, what's the next question? What are your thoughts on the roles as parents and
distribution distribution of labor in parenting.
Parenting.
I think it should be. I mean, at times, Charmaine carries most of the burden,
At
mothering.
times, the mothers normally do. Now, sometimes in some relationships, fathers are like really engaged. But
Yeah,
for the most part, I think.
I think it's a balance.
Hmm.
It's a balance to get a well-rounded child. I think it's healthy to have balance.
Right. And share the roles and responsibilities. Absolutely. I think it's a great question to present, because if you have a spouse, for example, that stays home with the kids, and then you have one spouse working, the spouse that's working can't work the whole time, come home from work, and then you expect them to help you with the baby, and then them stay up with the baby and then go back to work, and then you're home with the baby all day. That's not fair.
Mhm. I think you just suck it up. I'm playing.
Well, in our relationship, you worked when we had babies, and I stayed home with the kids, and I never like put that on Jomo to, oh, well, it's your turn to change the baby's diaper or taking turns doing certain things, especially during the week when I knew he had to get up and go to work in the morning. And I didn't expect him to get up in the middle of the night. Now, some guys enjoy doing that for their kids, which is great.
I was willing.
But I think it was.
But no, I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's definitely something to discuss in a relationship for sure, before you have children, what the expectations are.
Before you get married.
Before you get married, absolutely.
Because you might find out this is not what you want.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree.
Do you think our marriage comes first, or that you think this? Marriage comes before the kids.
Too many. It's a temporary.
Yeah, too many people once they have a child, they make the child a god. And therefore, when you make everything centered around the child, you're gonna raise a child, understand the hierarchy.
Right.
You have to make sure in the house, you have to make sure that your wife or your husband comes before your kids, and tell them
and show them, so that they can learn what the hierarchy is, so they can practice in their relationship.
You are the first reflection of God to your children. And if they don't honor that, it's going to be hard for them to honor God. So you have to make sure your kids know that they don't come first. Your spouse comes first. Now, the problem is, this is very difficult in blended families, because when you come blended, you are super protective of your baby. And I understand that.
Because that's not the biological
That's
parent.
not the biological parent. So what happens, it makes blended families so difficult, because the one parent is always protecting their baby from the step parent. And so therefore there's drama, especially if there's multiple kids, multiple parents. It becomes very difficult, because you want to take care of your child, and it's right. That's good. You want to take care of your child. You want to protect your child. But when you get married, your spouse supersedes your child. And I know people don't want to hear that.
That's right.
So that's why you may not want to get married.
Right. Especially if you have little ones and they've already been traumatized by a spouse leaving the house, and then you bring a new one in and they don't feel like they're as important as they were before. Or if there's a big gap in the time that you got a divorce and you were with it was just you and your child, or you and your children for a long time, and now you're bringing someone else in, and now they are not your first priority, but this other person is, it could cause some issues. Absolutely. In the relationship between the mother and children, or the father and children and the new spouse.
So here's the hierarchy. You
talking in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
You, your spouse, your kids. Because if you're not right, nobody can be right. So your first responsibility is taking care of yourself, making sure you're healthy and whole. Then the spouse, then the kids. Then you put God in it. God first, you, spouse, kids, job, blah, blah, blah. But you set an order of things so that everybody knows their place.
Right. That's good. That's good. All right. Our last question of the evening. How can we keep our love strong by doing and saying the right things every day?
How?
So what are some things that we can do on a daily basis to like show our love and affection to each other?
I think appreciation is such a big part of this.
Acknowledging
and appreciating compliments, affirmation, encouragement, assisting, helping. All those things play a consistent role in you keeping your relationship in the best condition.
Absolutely.
If you want to have a good body, they recommend you work out and eat right.
Right.
And you just can't do it once. You have to do it over and over again. If you want to have a good marriage, you have to do the certain principles of working it out. Work it out. What you did when you date, you got to keep on doing.
The same things you would do for your children. Sometimes we don't think we should do it because to our spouse because they're an adult. But the same way that you show your appreciation to a child is the same way you show your appreciation to your spouse.
Correct.
You tell your child all the time, oh, I really appreciate you making the bed up, or I'm so glad you did this. Well, when I cook a meal and I give it to Jomo, Jomo's always thanking me for the meal. And, if he washes dishes or does something, I always say, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Because when you don't acknowledge it, then they don't feel like that's important to you.
Don't get comfortable with people doing things for you without consistently affirming and thanking them for it. Because what happens, you can get so comfortable in a person doing it for you, you start to neglect it.
Right. Or take it for granted.
The Bible says the prophet gets no honor in his own home. Oftentimes, we get more appreciation outside our house than inside our house. You have to make sure the person that your husband or wife gets more praise on the inside of the home than on the outside. What happens, relationships fall apart when they get more accolades and praise on the outside than the inside. Because if I get more praise on the outside, I'm going to stay outside. But when I get more praise on the inside, I'm more likely, didn't say it can't happen, but you're more likely to stay where the praise is.
All right.
Well, we love y'all. Have a great night.
Remember,
love, laugh, and learn. God bless you all. Bye-bye.